We've had this conversation way too many times. No, not way too many times. We've had it recently. The idea of just like taking a simple word in another language, like latte, and that just means milk in Italy. And now everybody just uses that word when they mean a milky drink. Not necessarily milk. Imagine if you ordered a latte and you just got a cup of milk. I've already burnt my tongue. Not a latte though. Actually, technically a latte. I'm just saying, I feel like, you know, dictionary agrees with me that latte is a coffee drink. Like, sure, latte just means milk, but we're saying in common usage, the way we use it, I feel like latte means coffee drink. If you just add milk to a tea, does that make it a latte? Does it have to be like aerated milk? Like, what's the line here? I feel like we're being too liberal with the term latte. I put a dash of milk in my tea, but I'm not calling it a latte. I'm just calling it tea. I would say it should be aerated. Yes. Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of on board with calling it, like, I guess it starts to make a little bit more sense. If you've aerated it, it's fluffy milk and it's hot and you're adding that into something, it's like, okay, it's latte-ish. I would prefer the term latte style, but we can abbreviate it to latte, sure. I got this sweet thing for my phone. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's not sponsored, but it's this. So I've been a big fan of attach on like wallets to the back of a phone. And then you have like the benefit of like having a little thing that you can like put your finger through so that you're not going to drop your phone. Big deal. Big deal. Like, I feel like some years ago, everybody got on like pop sockets. I discovered pop sockets and I was like, this is a game changer. I don't know how you just hold your phone all loose anymore. Like, you get used to it within a week and then you're like, I don't know how I ever held a phone before this. But the ultimate form is a strap. It's not a pop socket. They take up too much space. A good little strap, like a little stretchy one that you can just slot your finger behind like that. That's all you need. And then I discovered you could get ones that you can put a card in. So I don't need to carry a wallet. So I can just put a couple cards and a little strap thing and then I'm good to go. And I've been good with that for years. It's like, I swear by it. You got to put it on every single one of your phones. Then I recently discovered this one. They allow you to go like this. How good is that? Now I've got my phone back and I've got my wallet like a normal person. But at any point, if I need to, bam, bam, there it is. It's stuck and it's got like a little prop up thing so that I can watch things on my phone. How cool is that? You guys can Google it yourselves if you really want one. Otherwise, I'm waiting for a sponsorship, please. I am the biggest fan of that product. It means you can also use wireless charging if your phone has wireless charging because you kind of give that up when you strap a wallet to the back of your phone. But now I can just whoop, and then on the charger it goes. It's a game changer. What do we Google? Fine. It's called... Fine. I'll do the ad slot for free. It's called the Shinjimoru, which is just a brand, and I've had their things before. I had their wallet one before, but this one's the new one that detaches. I don't know what you Google after that, but it wouldn't be hard to find. Pop sockets suck. I loved them when they were new because I feel like they were the only option for that kind of a thing, for adding a grip to your phone. Any sort of grip. You just need some sort of grip. I don't care what it is. You can have one of those little ring things that like props up and you put your finger through the ring, or, you know, a strap, or you get these other ones that kind of pop up like this and then you've got like a little finger, or the pop socket, anything, as long as you have something. I don't understand what world do you live in where you're just okay with just... It's such a thin little slice of glass and you're pulling it in and out of your pocket all day, every day, flinging it around. And phones are expensive. Once you get used to like having something to grip onto, it just makes no sense going backwards. My pinky isn't enough grip sometimes. Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, I feel like there's the pinky grip where you got to like support with the pinky underneath, and that's sort of how you keep. But then phones are getting really big. That's the other thing. And then trying to reach like the top of the screen. That's why you get a case, a good one. Yeah, or you just get a grip. I've never dropped my phone ever, even before I had a grip. But even with grips, I'm far less likely to drop my phone. I simply never drop my phone because every single time I pull it out of my pocket, I go like this, and there's nothing to drop. It can't drop. Does the finger thing make it bulky in the pocket? I guess it adds some size to it, but it's not that bad. I mean, I don't carry bags or anything. I always just put my phone right in my pocket, and I've never had any issues. If you've got tiny pockets, because, you know, 50% of the population has undersized pockets for some reason, then I guess you're putting it in your bag anyway, right? Johnny, you should get a VR headset like this one. I should really use it in a video at some point. That would be fun. Why? What do you want me to play? Yeah, I want to do a like a VR. What's the game called? You know, where everybody's just in VR. It's like the only VR game that anyone ever plays. Like the VR game. I want to do that one time. VR chat. That's the one. Job Simulator. Here's the funny thing about that. I actually recorded a video of me playing Job Simulator years ago in VR, and I just don't think I ever released it. I don't think I did. I think I didn't think I was funny enough. I watched it back and I was like, release the video, uncage it. That's video cruelty. I don't think I have the footage anymore. This was actually years ago. The VR thing, I feel like it's like, you've got to make time for it. Like you've got to go, no. I want to play VR. I'm going to set some time aside. Otherwise, you just never use it. Whenever you do, you're like, this is great. This is so much fun. I need to use this thing more. And then you put it down and then you don't come back to it again. I've been wanting to play the BTS music pack on Beat Saber. It's been out for a while now. I think the only way you would like regularly use your VR headset is if you were really into one of the multiplayer games. Everybody's agreeing in the chat. It must be a global thing. I do think Beat Saber is probably the best game on VR though, because it's just, there's no faulting it. It's just a good game. And like, you feel all like good about yourself, like you've done some physical exercise whenever you come out all sweaty, take the thing off and you got this big red ring and you're like, do I look cool? And you just like, I love Beat Saber, puts me in a good mood. Yeah, I think there's something, it's just a real simple, basic game that everybody likes. You should play Danganronpa. Please don't stream it though. Yeah, well that's the thing. I've been meaning to play it. I want to play it at some point, but I feel like it'd be a long game, right? And I'm not kidding when I say the main reason I want to play the game so that I can interact with my chat on a deeper level. All of you guys are obsessed with it. And I just don't really know what you're talking about. You should play Episode on stream. Yeah, maybe I should give that a go. When are you filming for YouTube again? The way the streams work these days is that technically everything could end up in a video, no matter what it is. The Join and Reacts and the gaming videos are very structured. You'll know when those are happening. Everything else could potentially be on the Join and Continues channel. So technically, at any moment, we could be filming a video. This might be one. And if it is, what are you doing? Get over here. Get over here on Twitch. Come watch them live. Although, kind of the point of this channel is so that you can be watching this not on Twitch if you don't want to be on Twitch. But if you just haven't thought about it and you're thinking, maybe I want to be there on Twitch,
you
then...
say can be used against you.
Exactly. That's what we said last time. Anything you say or do may be used against you in the court of joining chats. I've been reading Tokyo Revengers, the manga. I genuinely feel like it might just be my favorite manga. And it's not because it's particularly good in most aspects. I think there's plenty of plot holes and stuff. But it appeals to way too many of my favorite tropes. Like so many bits about it that I'm just like, well... Has anybody else read or watched? It's also got an anime adaptation. I watched that as well. That's not how you should pronounce manga. Sure. You know, if that's not how I should pronounce manga, then that's also not how I should pronounce the word Tokyo, or I know how to pronounce it properly, but I don't know. There's some Japanese words I'll always prefer to say in like a Japanese pronunciation, probably because I started saying manga before I ever started learning any Japanese. Serious request. At school, we got a drawing request for Mickey. I think it's Mikey from Tokyo Revengers. Is it inappropriate to essentially promote the anime/manga to elementary schoolers? There's a lot of gang operations. There's a lot of violence. I don't know. It's gang centric, so I guess you can take that as you will. Are you fluent in Japanese? Not at all. Still a beginner. Sounds like something that gaijin teachers shouldn't be seen as introducing to 6-year-olds. 6-year-olds, yeah, maybe not. I think if they were like, 13 or something, you'd be like, yeah, sure. Did we get anyone in the chat who had read it or watched it? Because if not, there's some homework for you guys. You have watched it? Never heard of it? The new season is pretty new. You don't have time to watch it? Yeah, I feel like I don't have a whole lot of time to watch anime. That's why I always read, because you can read a single chapter in like 4 minutes or something like that. So you can just sort of make progress really here and there. What do I use to get the English version of the manga? You can probably buy it from somewhere. It's got official translations. So you could buy probably the physical copy, or I know you can get the digital copy on Bookwalker. That's if you're talking legal versions. Always good to support authors and stuff, obviously. You're trying to learn Korean right now and it's so difficult. You feel like you're butchering everything you say. Yeah, Korean and Japanese and all of them. There's like a lot of sounds that are pretty hard for English speakers to wrap their vocal cords around. Some of the sounds in Japanese are kind of similar to Finnish, which helped me a little bit. How much Finnish can you speak? More than Japanese, but not heaps. It's all tucked away in the back of my head. It's like the opposite of my Japanese. So like the Japanese is at the front of my head. None of it is committed to like long-term memory. I have to like really think about it and go, maybe I would have to say it like this based on what I've learned. Whereas Finnish is the complete opposite. It's just like, you just vibe it. I'm like, I feel like it's like this. And I just say it because I've heard people talking it all my life. So either way, I'm not great at Finnish. I'm a lot worse at Japanese. This song reminds me of Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. You know? You guys hear that? But the very next day, you gave it away. You know? You put your spoon in the bowl before or after you make the cereal. I don't eat cereal, but back when I was a child, I did. And you put the spoon in afterwards. Who puts the spoon in first? You don't eat cereal? What? Who doesn't eat cereal? Cereal's a lie. Okay, look, I'll die on this grave. Is that the term? Cereal's just no good for you. It's just a bunch of carbs and milk. What's the point? And a lot of the time, it's just packed full of sugar. You're eating like sugar, carbs, and milk. I don't understand it. Die on the hill. Yeah, not the grave. Yep, cut it. Well, I guess, you know, you can die on a grave. You don't have to go far then. Cereal is dessert, but it's tasty. Well, yeah, those two statements, they're the same thing. Sure, it's tasty, but like, so are like Pop-Tarts and Doritos. Doesn't mean I'm gonna eat them for breakfast. Technically, a grilled cheese is also just carbs and milk. Yeah, and I wouldn't eat a grilled cheese for breakfast either. To be fair, I don't really eat breakfast. I eat 2 meals a day, but I guess you could consider the first meal I eat breakfast. The other thing is that cereal goes bad so quick. Like, I don't like soggy cereal. I never did. So you gotta eat it like really fast. Or like what I used to do is sprinkle a little bit in, eat it, and then sprinkle a little bit more. You have like more milk than cereal, and then you just add to it so that it never goes soggy. Technically, the first meal you eat every day is breakfast because you're breaking your fast. Yeah, exactly. Guess I don't eat lunch, or maybe I don't eat dinner. I don't know how they're defined. Who puts the milk in first, you monster? I mean, I don't. I put the cereal in first, then the milk. But then if you just put less cereal and more milk, then you can just top it up. So you kind of do a bit of both. But that way you get everlasting crunchy cereal rather than it just all being in there in the milk and going soggy. Do you prefer a sweet or savory breakfast? Yeah, I guess that answers the question. Savory for sure. I feel like a sweet breakfast? Who came up with that idea? America?